Christmas, and welcome to another Go Figure Customs Presents YouTube channel review. So my Blue Falcon figure wasn't the only toy I got for Christmas this year. My in-laws got me a set of the JoyToy U.S. Army Special Group set, the kind of futuristic military sci-fi team, which I absolutely love these guys. I already had a set. I loved it so much. That's what I asked for Christmas. My wife's like, "Don't you already have that set?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have that set, but I want another set." So she just shook her head and sent the link to my in-laws, and that's what they got me for Christmas. So I'm gonna do, hadn't really planned on doing a review of these, to be honest, but one, I do listen to the people that comment, and I always do try to respond to people that comment. I don't think I've not responded to anybody, but if I haven't responded to anybody, it's not unintentional. I do try and respond to every comment. So I got a request, and that request was to do a review on all of the sets of the JoyToy figures. And if I'm gonna get requests for videos, I'm gonna do them. So this is set E. So it's the 5th set of 5 figures from JoyToy, the U.S. Army Special Group. Of course, 4 major things that I like to review. Number 1, the packaging. Packaging is still the brown box with 6 individual boxes inside. Still 5-figure team, not like the Seal set that just came out that has 6 figures. I'm kind of hoping that's the new norm. But then they come in the tubes and the plastic tubes, and here is the A box. So you've got the front of the figure and the back of the figure there. Trying to get the glare off there. So I'm going to show you real quick. Let's look at the figure here. What's really nice about this set is the interchangeable heads. So here's the figure with the helmet on. I really love the sculpt of the helmet. Again, this is the same helmet that Blue Falcon comes with. I love the paint scheme on this. This is a dark urban camouflage, kind of light brown body armor with black and light tan pouches. This comes with the full set of pads and armor that they make for the figures. So it's got the shoulder pads, has the elbow pads, has the lower leg pads, and has the normal thigh pads. Of course, with the holster, mine don't hold the pistol very well, and all of them have a scabbard on the left side that holds a knife that is removable. So as the figures go, I think these are if you haven't bought these figures yet, this is a good set to get in on, because it has all of the pads and a fantastic selection of weapons come with these guys. It's the most bang for your buck, I think, aside from the SEAL Team set, which has 6 figures. But so they all look the same once they're geared up like this. Plus interchangeable heads, so I mean, it's just not this head. They all come with a normal head. So we'll go through review the figures real quick, each one individually, and then do the other 3 things that I normally review, which haven't changed. Well, let's do those real quick. So the playability, yeah, these are playable. These are fantastic. They have all these interchangeable parts. The attraction of this particular line, is that, let me find it here. They all come with this weapon. all 5 of them come with this weapon. So that's like either their backup weapon or that's their primary weapon, and they have then each one has an individual weapon on top of that. So like I said, this set has a lot of stuff in it. If you're looking to pick your first set, you're gonna get a lot of stuff for the price on this one. So I would highly recommend this set if you're on the fence about these figures or about this set at all. This is a set not to miss. So I already showed you the packaging for A, which is here. Again, kind of grainy, we're losing light here. I'm gonna try and get this done as quick as I can. So this, of course, they all look the same, geared up. Here's the head sculpt on figure A, and I just dropped his helmet, which of course is an interchangeable head, not so much a removable helmet. I think if there's a failing in the JoyToy line, it's the lack of removable helmets. It's not something that's going to put me off these figures. One of the other failings I have at the moment is the backpacks aren't removable, and they're working on that. The Chinese anti-terrorist line, I think anti-terrorist figures are going to be the first figures with removable backpacks. So figure A, this is the weapon, the backup, or the unique weapon. Let's go with unique weapon. Unique weapon for figure A. And the unique head sculpt again. So, and you can hear my dogs misbehaving in the background. It's Christmas, they have new toys, and they don't know how to share. All right, figure B. Here's the box for figure B. There's the front. There's the back. That's, of course, I've already showed you the figure all armored up, so let's show you what it looks like with the unique head sculpt. There's your unique head sculpt for figure B, and the unique weapon for figure B. I'm not actually sure what that's supposed to be. I'm not familiar with that weapon. It almost looks like some sort of auto shotgun, but I'm not positive on what that's supposed to be. It's a nice sculpt. I like it. Probably going to keep it with that because I talked about getting Marauder ink weapons for all my figures. Probably will replace pistols on these. The pistols that I have don't fit in these holsters very well, so I'm going to look at getting something slimmer or smaller to fit in these. That was figure B. Figure C. Here's the packaging for figure C. Back of that. Figure C is bald figure here with the beard, with the goatee, and his unique weapon is a Gatling gun, minigun, which is fairly well. Dang, I just dropped his helmet too. There we go. I'm just going to set these in the tray here so I don't lose them. So let's figure C. The minigun has a tip that pegs onto the top. It doesn't click on, but it allows the barrel to rotate. As far as miniguns go, it's not the best sculpt I've seen in miniguns, but it's not the worst either. There's no place to plug in an ammo belt, or he doesn't come with an ammo pack or anything, so it's kind of a wash on that kind of a weapon, but it's still pretty cool to see something like that. Figure D is right here. Back of the figure there. Some ethnic diversity in this wave. So we got 2 African Americans. The last 2 guys are African American. And I just dropped his weapon again. Just didn't drop his helmet, and let's set that aside. So here's your D figure, kind of reminiscent of the actor that played Ripcord in the G.I. Joe movie. And then his unique weapon. Uh-oh. Okay, I'd be worried there for a second. Is actually pretty cool. Because, hang on a sec here, as long as we can get it. Is this RPG? So it's got a little shoulder stock there. There's two different handles for it. And the cool thing about this is the rocket itself is removable. It just sits in there. It doesn't, the hole isn't too tight, so it will come out pretty easily. I think that's going to be a quickly lost piece for these figures in particular. Is anybody that's got these RPGs, that rocket's going to be a easily lost part. Personally, I'm going to keep most of my figures either in display in a Deltoff IKEA cabinet or on the deck of my flag. And if they aren't in one of those two locations, then I keep them in a Plano fishing tackle box, which I have right here, and I'll show you real quick. These are like $5 at Walmart. I've probably got 30 or 40 of those that I keep my figures in, my loose figures. They're stackable, they're configurable, they're fantastic. Usually I'll go to Walmart and I'll buy them out. I get 5 or 6 at one time. All right, that is figure D. Figure E, last figure in this set. And he just dropped his weapon. This didn't work out how I wanted to. All right, so there is the unique head sculpt for that. He's kind of got the Marines high and tight haircut there, which I kind of like. And there goes his helmet. All right, this did not. So I've been pegging the their unique weapons into the little clip on the back, and that clip does not work very well for these things. So it's a nice concept, but it's the execution. The plastic needs to be a little bit more firmer on those. So hang on just a second, let me grab the unique weapon. The unique weapon for the fifth figure, that's your sniper. It comes with one of the nice Barrett 50 cals. So here's my the first one with the armored, with the helmet on. Remember, I got 2 sets of these, so this is what he looks like with the helmet on and that nice Barrett 50 cal. Going through these, this is kind of weird, because I kind of remember my first set coming with this particular weapon, because I've got one of the guys holding it in my tackle box, but I looked at the insert for the figure and it doesn't show this on the packing, and my set didn't. The second set didn't come with this for the figure D, but I have this with my figure D in my case, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if I got an extra weapon with my first set, or if this is one from my airborne team, because I know the airborne guys came with this weapon too. I'm going to have to double check on that, because I think I got an extra weapon. And I did this on the review of the airborne, is the lid flips up and there's a removable projectile in there as well. It comes right out of there. So I'm going to have to try and figure out if, it might be a running line in the change now, because the packaging insert wouldn't be changed. If I've just given a different weapon to a guy, or if I got an extra weapon somehow. Because one of the things I was going to mention before, I have had a little bit of quality control problems recently with the SEAL team set, and it's not with the figures, it's with the packing itself. Each of my 2 sets, I'm missing one left thigh armor. So the pad that goes around the left upper thigh, I'm missing one from each set. I thought my first set was missing a belt, but it's not, because he's got the long armor that goes over his waist and down over his groin and his butt, so a belt wouldn't fit. However, my second set, I had an extra belt, so I might have gotten shorted on a belt on the first set, but it's irrelevant because the belt won't fit on that particular figure anyway. So even if I didn't get shorted, which I didn't on my second set apparently, I can't use the belt because it won't go on the figure anyway, so I've got an extra belt now. But after 5, 6, 7, 8 sets, I think I've bought 8 sets of figures so far, because I've gotten the Special Operation Group was E, and then I think the next set was the SEALs, so that would have been 6, and then I got a second SEAL, so it would have been 7, second Operation Group 8, and then I split a SWAT set, so it'd be 9. I've had bought 9 sets of these figures so far, and that's the only problem I've had with missing equipment. And you know, I've had missing stuff from Hasbro figures before. I did mention this on the video review of the SEALs, that equipment was missing. I did hear back from not Locker Toys, I'm sorry. I did hear back from JoyToys, so they were very receptive and very quick to my inquiry as to missing parts. They told me I needed to get in touch with whoever I bought it from. I bought that particular set from Locker Toys. I have not had a chance to get in touch with them yet to see, how quickly that can be replaced. So the 4 major things: packaging on this is a wash. The little boxes are nice. They come in those plastic tubes, of course, the clear plastic tubes. They're still the smaller ones, so they don't really make a good figure display tube, because like some of the deluxe set tubes are nice, and the SEAL team set actually comes with the bigger display tubes. So I'm kind of thinking that's probably going to be the new norm. We'll see with the next set of figures. I think they're going to start coming with those bigger tubes, which is going to be really nice for display purposes. I won't use them, but I would rather have the bigger ones than the smaller ones. So I'm glad to see they're going to do that. Playability. This set is the set to get for playability, because they all have one weapon, one universal weapon, so you can have your team carrying the same gun, which is pretty cool. Plus they all have a unique weapon, so you can have your team set up to have each one carrying a unique weapon, which is what I usually do with my guys. They have the interchangeable head with the interchangeable helmet, and it has the full set of pads. Some of the figures, they only come with, the upper arm pads, or some of them only come with the lower leg pads, or some of them just come with the upper thigh pads. This one has the shoulder, the elbow, the upper and the lower leg pads. So playability, this is the set to get, because you've got so much equipment with this particular set. Customizability, yeah, I mean, I've talked about this ad nauseum on other videos. Yeah, these I think are fantastically customizable. If I was going to customize these, I think about the only thing I would do to these is I would buy a couple. Actually, I probably have this stuff I need. I would use repaint Alley Viper shields and in these color schemes, and give them each an Alley Viper shield. And I would call this an Alley Viper team, because these guys are huge, they're armored, and they're urban camouflage. This, to me, is what the Alley Viper should have been to begin with, and it is what I always imagine it to be. So to me, this is the perfect set for an Alley Viper team. So that would be a very low, very less intensive customizing project. It's just painting up some shields and handing these guys Alley Viper shield and just calling them Alley Vipers. Maybe some water slide decals, some Cobra water slide decals over the U.S. flag that's on the shoulder pads, or Cobra logos over the shoulder pads. And then price point. So with a price point of $80 for 5 figures, you're looking at about $16 a piece. I talked about this in the review of the Blue Falcon figure, which talking about the seals, about how they're about $15.50 a figure, and how I found Fortnite figures for $15.50 at the local grocery store. So you're looking at $16 for a figure. I don't think that's unreasonable. Certainly not for the amount of equipment that comes with these guys. Yeah, you're paying a little more per figure compared to the SEAL Team set, but these guys come with a full range of kit. I mean, the amount of gear, each one has 2 heads, each one has a unique weapon, and they all have one team weapon, as it were, and the full set of pads. So I think this is probably, if not one of the best sets, it's the best set to get for any reason. I mean, if you were on the fence, like I said, if you were on the fence about this set, if you were on the fence about getting these figures, this is the set to get. I'm trying to think if there's just anything else that I can say about this particular set of figures, other than they are fantastically awesome. The detail, the painting, the camouflage, the weapons. This is a fun set to have. But I think that's about all I got for this particular one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment below. Please ask questions below. Please share the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And this video was made by request. So if you have requests for videos, reviews, or customizing topics, please let me know, and I will get those videos made as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.